I'm going to be talking about the British Grand Prix rundown. So I'm really, really sorry I didn't do one about the Hungarian Grand Prix, but I didn't want to force a video out and I wasn't really feeling it, feeling filming, so there was no point in me forcing it because it just would have been no point. So I've got literally 4 pages of notes, is it? 3 pages of notes for this race. So we're going to get started because it was quite a hectic weekend. So the main talking point of the weekend is Sergio Perez actually has COVID-19. So he was tested on Wednesday or Thursday, not really sure on the test. His test came back inconclusive, then gave him a second test and he came back positive. That was Thursday afternoon. Then they obviously had to bring in a replacement for Racing Point. Hulkenberg was brought in. He was rang at 4:20 on Thursday night to come in and be the replacement for Friday. He was then in the factory till 2 in the morning doing a seat fit, then was up on the sim at 8 in the morning, and then he was in practice for 10 on the Friday. So yeah, that was a hectic 48 hours for him. As we all know, it didn't end the best for him, but he might be doing this weekend and Barcelona, so in the UK anyway, it's 2 weeks if you have corona, it's 10 days if you've got symptoms. So for Sergio Perez, he'll be having to isolate till at least the Thursday before Barcelona, and that's if his test comes back negative, because you've got to prove 3 negative tests to be able to get back into the paddock then. So we'll go straight on to quality. Out in Q1 was Latifi in 20th, Grosjean in 19th, Raikkonen in 18th, Giovinazzi in 17th and Magnussen in 16th. That did slightly change. With grid penalties, it kind of brought people up. In Q2, it was Russell in 15th, Kvyat in 14th, Hulkenberg got a debut 13th, Albon in 12th, which was a shocker. I really didn't expect that. I don't think he'll be demoted from Red Bull this season, purely because of the COVID guidelines. They won't be able to mix the bubbles, so if say they brought Danny Kvyat up, they wouldn't be able to mix the bubbles, so I feel like just for this season it'll have to be kept in Red Bull, which I suppose is lucky for him. So yeah, and then Gasly was 11th. The F1 website said Russell 15th and Kvyat 14th, but I think it was the other way round. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think it was the other way round. So that is that. Then the top 10, Vettel was 10th, Ocon was 9th, Ricciardo was 8th, Sainz was 7th, Stroll was 6th, Norris was 5th, Leclerc was 4th, and then Verstappen was 3rd. He was like 1.1 seconds off pole, which was a massive gap for Mercedes to have. And then Bottas was 2nd and Hamilton was pole. So that wasn't really a shocker to me. I was saying the top 3 would be Hamilton, Bottas and Verstappen for qualifying. I did expect Vettel and Albon to be up there in it. Leclerc dragging that donkey of a Ferrari into 4th is unheard of. Like, that is mad. When he, like, genuinely he deserves it. Vettel is the best driver of the 2, I personally think, because he does have the 4 World Championships, but Leclerc pulling that car into 4th is just mad to me. I can't even fathom how he got that car there, because it is a shocking car. Then we'll get on to the race date. Hulkenberg didn't end up starting the race. It was a power unit startup issue. To me it looks a little bit sus. I'm just saying that, personal opinion, it was a little bit sus to me that he didn't start, but obviously you never know. Also, obviously there's a lot of rumours going around with Vettel and Aston Martin next season, which is Racing Point turning into Aston Martin. Actually, in the paddock there was Seb Vettel and Lawrence Stroll, who owns Racing Point now, and he also owns Aston Martin. They were elbow bumping, and to me that's confirmed, really. No, but I think he will have a seat in F1 next year, 100%. So yeah, there was 2 grid penalties. Kvyat got a 5-place grid penalty because he changed his gearbox, I think, and Russell got a 5-place grid penalty for not lifting at yellow flags. So in Q1, Latifi had a spin which brought up the yellows, and according to the throttle trace of Russell, he didn't lift. He claims that he did, but he ended up starting 20th and Kvyat started 19th. So obviously that isn't the best. The race start was clean, everyone got away well. Max and Charles were fighting for place. Hamilton got away in the lead straight away, really. There wasn't really much else. Norris got passed by Carlos. Then Sainz was battling Leclerc, and yeah, that's how that went. Lap 2, Alex Albon and Kevin Magnussen came together. I think it was round the last corner. Alex went for an overtake and it was sort of 50-50. Magnussen misjudged him being there, Alex misjudged the gap, and then out of nowhere Magnussen kind of ended up in the gravel with no wheel, no tyres, so that was fun. That did bring back the safety car. Albon then got a 5-second penalty for that, which I think is slightly harsh, but I suppose because he didn't finish the race, I kind of get it. But yeah, because Kevin Magnussen didn't finish the race, I kind of get it, but I don't know, I feel like it could have been slightly too harsh on poor Alex. Lap 13, Kvyat has a massive crash and he literally totaled the whole car. Then another safety car came out. That safety car, everyone pitted. So I think like the top 10 literally pitted. Alex had already pitted at this point in the first safety car, I feel like. Alex had already pitted at this point, and then he pitted again after the safety car because he had to do his 5 seconds. So yeah, that was fun. Then another safety car, everyone pits. Everyone changed to the hard tyre, which I don't know, they didn't really seem to, obviously as you'll see at the end of the race, if you watch it, they didn't really seem to work that well. And then we get next weekend softer tyres, whether the FIA and Pirelli will change that, I don't know. 47, Kimi loses half of his front wing. Nothing really interesting happens to that, he just finished plumb last basically. Lap 50 is where everything started to go. Bottas's wheel blows, which was a puncture. He then had to pit. Max got second place from that. Max then pits onto a set of soft tyres to try and go for the fastest lap, knowing that Bottas would have to pit, which in the end does cost him the win. Lap 52, Sainz's tyre blows and wrecks, and Hamilton's does the exact same. Max was 30 seconds behind him at the beginning of lap 52. He finished 5.5 seconds behind him. Hamilton's tyre blew, punctured. Max was so close to the win. If they wouldn't have pitted him, he would have won. But obviously you can't count on the tyres. Lewis still managed to win. I personally, when the Mercedes started complaining on lap 42 about tyre wear and you could see they were blistering, I would have personally pitted Max onto a set of medium tyres, because obviously he's already done his one change, and I pitted him onto a set of medium tyres. He had a free pit stop anyway to Charles. It would have covered him off for that happening, and then he would have in the end won the race. But obviously it's hindsight, and that is what I said on lap 42. I did actually say I think he needs to pit him, but you know, I'm not a strategist yet. He managed to win his home Grand Prix. I feel like he's won it 8 times or 7 times. Amazing from Lewis. The top 10 were Lewis, Max, Charles, Ricciardo, Norris, Ocon, Gasly, Albon, Stroll and Vettel. So that was a hectic weekend, and we're going to do it all again for the 70th anniversary Grand Prix this weekend. So yeah, I've gained quite a few new subscribers and through TikTok and stuff, so if you are new, please let me know, and also let me know what you'd like to see in the future from me F1 wise. I won't always be doing F1 content because I do have other things I want to film about, but if there's any F1 content you'd like to see, please let me know and I'll be sure to film that. If you haven't checked out my TikTok already, my TikTok is LilyMorris_1, the same as my Instagram, and my Twitter is LilyMorrisF1. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button and make sure to hit subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you are alerted every time I upload, and you will get updates on every single race. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Just let me know what you thought of it. So yeah, thank you. Mwah. Bye.